The first text
I never tell him
that I ever got from him was, "Did you get home safe?" Yeah, that was the first text that I got from him, and I was like,
my gosh.
That is a good
"Cares if
one.
I live or die?"
Get ready. It's time. Christina, Catherine, Lisa, Amy, and Lauren. Welcome to the Cimorelli podcast.
Hey, I'm Christina.
I'm Catherine.
I'm Amy.
I'm Lauren.
And we're Cimorelli.
Welcome back to
The Cimorelli podcast.
Woo! Hey guys.
This is 202.
This is 202. Welcome back to 202. This is my source for today. Christina Lynn.
Every day.
Yes, one of my multiple sources for every day. And we are here today to yap. Specifically about what, Kat?
Here to
you
yap.
tell us.
So today we're talking about little things that are actually big things, or subtitle, little things that are not so little. And the inspiration of this is twofold. I was the one that came up with this idea. So first, I listened to this podcast, Coffee and Crumbs, and they had, it's a motherhood podcast.
What's the crumbs?
They're like finding, I don't know. I don't want to say it wrong. I think they mean like, oh, there's joy in like the moments of having your morning coffee and also the crumbs on the floor of your children.
Oh, okay. Cute.
Something like that. It's really cute. Yeah. So they did this podcast, and then literally like the next day I saw this viral post on Instagram that was like, little things that aren't little. And then I looked it up, and apparently the game We're Not Really Strangers had a card that was like, little things are not really little. And there's this whole blog post and all these people, and there's all these Pinterest posts now. So anyway, I think it's kind of a trend. So we're doing that trend basically.
I love to see it.
Yeah. So it's like things that it could be either like personally to you, like something that might seem little to someone else. It's been a big thing for you. Or it could also mean things that people do, like other people do that you think are really important, but they seem small.
I love it.
So it'll be a touch, I don't know, touching?
It's like sentimental,
vulnerable, deep, maybe not,
heartfelt.
depending on what we do.
Mine are not that touching.
Okay, yeah, I didn't expect it from you, okay?
Whoa!
Amy, you hate talking about things.
You know what? Also, I'd say,
Yes.
if one of you doesn't tell me I look like your teacher,
You're wrong.
Lauren reminded me today that because I was wearing my glasses here, that you guys used to tweet me or DM me all the time and tell me I look like your teacher. And no one's told me that in a while.
That's tough.
So I better hear that today.
You better hear it.
I bet.
You
I haven't
look
heard
like
that in a
my
while.
teacher, my mom.
Okay,
Oh my
so
gosh.
let's jump into our highs.
Sometimes I see certain ones of us, I'm like, you look exactly like mom.
I've never thought that.
I think I see
Ever.
Lisa some days.
Sometimes Lisa, I'm like,
you look
I
exactly
see Lauren
like
too.
Lynn.
And mom.
Everyone tells me I look like
I
you.
don't think
some things I
any
see,
of
I'm
us
you
looks
look
like
just
mom.
People tell me that all the time, that I am her twin. I don't think I'm her twin.
I see
I
Kat
have
and I
never
say you look
seen
like
mom
my
and
I
dad.
don't think I'm
Christina.
her twin.
I've only seen mom and Lisa and Lauren.
certain lights you look just like her. Certain things I don't know
Okay.
what it is, but Lisa, so frequently, especially lately, like you look exactly like her.
Okay.
Okay, there
To
you go.
each
That was a
their
side
own.
note.
To each their own. All right, highs and lows of the week, ladies.
What are my highs and my lows? Someone tell me.
All right. I can just start. I'm just going to start riffing, guys.
Riff raff.
Honestly, don't even
Let's
know
go,
what I'm going to
Kathy.
say, but let's just go for it. All right. But I'm going to go with my first thought, which is my low is my lack of mobility.
Oh, that's
Love
tough.
it.
That's
Fun.
tough.
My high is my anticipated high,
Ooh.
which is my nesting party this weekend. I'm so
Cute.
excited.
I'm actually excited for that too.
I'm
I think it'll be
excited.
cute.
Yeah, I
actually
opted. I don't know if I mentioned this on
Put it
the other
away.
podcast. I don't think I did. But I opted not to do a baby shower the second time around. It's weird because it's my third child, but it's my second time around because I had twins. You know what I mean?
And it's
We
your
know.
third boy.
It's my third boy.
Wow.
And I
not
just,
like-
a baby
I'm-
shower didn't really feel right.
You're
I was
not
like,
lacking boy clothes.
it's not even, it's more, but then I was like, not doing anything also felt wrong. Because I was like, I want to get together.
No, you should
Yeah.
celebrate your
gals
child
and
though.
I feel like I'm going to
celebrate.
do this next time.
Also, it's not just nesting party. Like, if you guys look up, apparently nesting
what
parties
is
are
a nesting party? Tell
really
us.
popular on TikTok.
Most
it's
people
like,
probably don't know what.
and also
about.
everyone seems to be across the board like, I love this. Why do people not do this more? It seems to be like very positive thing, which I'm excited
Yeah.
about. Like every time I look at the
Women
comments,
supporting women.
Yes. Okay. So instead of doing like a traditional baby shower, which also you could do both, like especially if it's your first baby, I feel like
You should do it.
honestly
nesting
everyone
party.
should have a nesting party. So you do it way later than you would a baby shower. You do it close to when you're about to give birth. You basically have your closest gal pals come over and help you prepare your home and your space for the baby. So like putting together the nursery, organizing clothes,
fun.
sterilizing bottles, making freezer meals. It's just like all the tasks that you have to do, but you're a giant pregnant woman and you're just like,
And they're so tiring. You have to like sit down
like,
in
I
between
can't
each
move and I'm
task.
supposed to do all these
It's
tasks.
really hard.
And just get your gals over and then
You gather the gals and you put them to work.
yes, I love it. And then also, I'm putting an element of another viral, well, I don't know if it's viral, but I saw an Instagram influencer post it called a blessing way, which is like a prayer. It's kind of like a prayer gathering to like pray for a mom. And also, it's generally moms that are not, it's not their first baby. And you like, each like girl lights a candle and then you say a prayer over her and then like for her like new baby. And then they take the candles home and then a text is sent out when they're in labor. And then everyone lights the candle on their own and like prays
cute.
for them while they're in labor, which I was like, that is
I like
so
that.
cute. So I'm making goodie bags for everyone with candles and little things in them.
Are you making like a
Wow.
group text with everyone? So that
I
they
mean,
can-
that I haven't
need a
figured
group
out yet.
text
But
with
yeah,
everyone.
I need one of you guys to be the group
You
text.
need
Yeah,
to
probably
make
not
a
you.
group
Hey, I'm in
text
labor.
that- No, here's what you do. At the party, start a group text.
Yes. Well, yes. Love
And
it.
then I will say she's in
It'll be
labor.
Yeah, I
Catherine's
feel like it's
labor
probably going to be
queens.
Christine, honestly.
Catherine's labor queens. That's
Love it.
Kath's labor queens.
prayer warriors.
I was gonna say labor prayer warriors.
Yes,
I knew
love
you
it.
were
Not
gonna
the
say that.
labor
me.
prayer warriors.
So anyway, I'm really excited. That'll be fun.
Cat's labor gang.
Yes.
You know, I told Nick's sister, one of them, the oldest one. I'm trying to give away their identities. No one cares.
Not the
but
identity.
the oldest one, she said, she was asking her sister, can I be in the room when you give birth or something? And she's like, no. And then
I would never ask
And then
that
she
question.
said did she say it to me or did I just say she could? I told her she could be in the room when I give birth to my 5th child.
What?
I don't know why I said that, but I
You're
would
like, at that point,
100% I would still let her in.
That's
you guys
funny.
don't. I'm telling you right now, you don't want to be there.
Do I look like I
I'd be
want to be
scared.
there?
You
Did I
don't
ask?
want to
Christina,
be there.
Did
I
I
think
ask?
I could be there with you and support you.
No, Lauren definitely
I think I
could.
could.
You know, you could, but I'm telling you, I don't think you would like it.
yeah.
I might be
I don't have
scared.
those like calm.
Who has
Christina,
that?
when were you
Oh,
calm?
there are some. Okay, there's some people.
but
who are
I
like,
wouldn't think that.
I also,
That's not
I
you.
don't know.
I don't do that.
it's also really hard to be calm when
Well,
you've had
my
birth
doula-
trauma.
I don't really do
So-
high stress
My
environments.
doula said
like
I
that.
was the one of or the loudest one she'd ever had.
I believe that.
So
Dude, can you imagine if I ever gave birth?
no,
Decibel
to.
levels. I
no,
could reach.
everyone would be deaf
the
at the end.
decibel levels
I feel like,
that would be reached.
You know, turn with
I feel like
I was
you would
gonna
be
say,
like
Lauren's
this.
gonna be
You
like
would
you.
Like this.
yeah.
Quiet Zen woman. That's gonna be Lauren.
Yeah.
Like
I gotta
Chelsea.
focus.
Go
Michael
with
said
him.
Chelsea's like that.
Yeah.
You'd be like
Yeah.
that.
I was
wish,
yelling.
I wish I could be like
I
that.
love that for you.
I
I
can't
think
be like
yelling
that.
is good.
Yelling is great.
Gotta let it out.
I was yelling.
I'm curious this time around. I think it's gonna be different. I don't think I'm gonna yell as much. I think I'm
Okay.
gonna be a little more like.
That's what I think
Well,
next time
also
for
you
me,
don't.
maybe.
You probably will not have the same issues. I'm assuming. So.
Yeah, but
It'll
also
be
too,
different.
there's something wrong with yelling. Everyone
Yeah.
should do what feels good
Well,
to their
there's
bodies.
some of the yelling is really good. The low.
Yeah, but
not
that, I
gonna
would
do it
say
right
that's
now.
yelling. I was like, Jesus help me, Jesus
It's
help me.
wait, what's the word? It's a something
Guttural?
sound.
A guttural.
Well, that's one word.
Primal?
But primal.
Ah.
It's a primal sound.
I like
Trina's
that.
getting in touch
I'm telling
with the
you,
earth,
it is a
in
primal
touch with
sound.
I
the
just yeah.
ancestors.
Okay. So,
Anywho.
moving on. Next. Did you do high and low?
Yes.
My
Anyone
low
wanna
is
go-
my
Oh,
lack of
immobility.
mobility.
Okay,
Oh, yeah,
I can
I
tell you what my low is this moment because my lip color does not match my eyeshadow, and I have mascara all over my eyes, and
Yeah, you
I
do.
feel really not
Amy,
great.
not to refer to a
I don't think
past
you look
Amy's
bad.
current crisis, but didn't you back into a car because you were looking at your lips?
Yes, I did. It probably wasn't in my season.
I wasn't in my season.
Wow, learning your season
So I
really
had to like.
changes your.
I keep looking. I was like investigating my lip.
I will
color,
say you do rock a red lip.
and I got so even that's not in my season though.
There's no red
You
at
rock
all.
a red lip though.
That's what I'm saying.
Facts.
a cool red.
You do.
A cool red. Yeah. Actually.
yeah.
You rock
Yeah.
a red. I know it.
It's a little too bright, but actually I do have more contrast. Whatever. Anyway, no, let me just
It's
set
not
the
your
scene.
number one.
I'm backing up after church, and then I just get absorbed into my lip color in the rear view, and then bam, I backed into a literal
You mean
Ford Expedition full of children.
that is
full of children.
unhinged
Wait,
to not look when you're backing up.
I was looking, but I was not looking.
You back full of children?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Were they okay?
Yes, they were fine.
She
It
was
wasn't-
backing up.
It
She wasn't
was
like,
slow.
I know. I'm
It
just
was
clarifying for the
slow.
viewer because it sounded like you're like I backed into children.
It was slow.
You know what I was thinking
It
about?
was a family I knew.
Speaking of makeup and driving, I was thinking the other day, like, you know, when your friend's mom is driving
And
you
putting on mascara.
and she's doing her makeup in the car.
no.
that I
was
can't.
no.
There's
There was
one.
a
I don't
lady
remember
that
that.
There's one.
there was a lady that I babysat for who would pick, and I was like a
that's not
mother's
who I
helper.
was.
I was like didn't have my license.
You
yet.
were like.
I was like
really
13,
I was
14.
gonna say something.
And she would literally put on foundation and mascara while driving, and
That's
she almost drove into the
crazy.
center divider multiple times. I was sitting there like, this woman is trying to cost me my life. I'm just trying to babysit.
That's horrifying. And I had a friend whose mom did the same thing, and she had fully had the mirror down and would be doing her mascara and be doing her lips and
No,
everything, and
that
wouldn't
is
be watching at all. And she was like,
Listen.
and it was so scary.
Don't.
And
not
then
right.
you hit a car, and it's your fault, and there go thousands of dollars.
Anyway, I just thought about that. Next, sorry, keep going.
That's yeah. What is my high? I don't know.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. Come back to me on the high. I need to think of one. You
Okay.
go.
My low is that I was sick last week, but it was like gaslighting me.
Yes,
because I was
she got
like,
me sick.
oh, am I sick? I don't know. I feel fine. Then I'm like, no, I'm not fine. Then I'm like, no, but I'm fine though.
Yes.
No, my throat hurts. No, my throat's fine. So it's like I wasn't just like, okay, I'm sick. It's like every day was a winding
battle.
road,
Got
and
a
I
little
was
bit closer.
like, am I okay? Will I be fine tomorrow? I don't know. So it's just like it was stressful, not like knowing what was happening.
Day is a
My high was watching Love Is Blind.
yes.
That's always the high whenever it is out.
Oh, I know. My high is I was having a horrible day, and then Nick was like, take a bath. And I was like,
Wow.
oh,
That's
is
nice.
that? He
that.
said, I'll do bedtime and you take a bath.
That is my
That's good.
dream.
And he goes to bed at like 8 and wakes up at 4. So I was like,
Wow.
wow.
Well,
Good
you
for
guys
him.
really are suited for each other.
I know.
Wow, I did not know he was an early
He
to bed.
goes to bed early.
Yeah, because he keeps having to wake up at 4. In this
I feel like
current
he's always up
stage.
late though.
'Cause
doing
he's doing-
stuff.
No, that was a month ago.
Oh,
He was
okay.
up till midnight or 2 every night working. Now he's switched to going to bed at 8 and waking up at 4.
Oh, okay.
It switches
Wow.
with the job and
Okay,
the
Kim.
location of the job. He has a big commute right now. So, anyway, that was my high. I was like, wow, dreams
That's
do
nice.
come true. So, I took a bath for an hour.
Love
wow.
Not my longest bath at all. One of the shorter
Wow.
ones. But it was really good.
You guys in your lawn? I don't get how you guys do it. You just have to
I
refill
do.
the water.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, you
No,
do.
you just add in some heat.
Yeah.
Let's
You
see, what
add
was
in
my
heat.
low?
What is your low?
I don't know.
Maybe the bad day before the bath.
Yeah. Well, here's the dumbest low I can think of is that I threw away all my old makeup. If you remember my debacle, my
Oh,
eye
Do you remember?
issue when I was using expired powder that was literally like 4 years old. Just seriously take the expiration date serious. You go, oh, it's expired. It's not doing anything until it does. And you have the craziest eye situation. So I had to throw away my entire old bag of makeup pretty much. I kept the lip products and like washed. They were all, the powder had like, you know, your powder like gets on everything. So
Yeah.
it was on everything.
Oh,
And then I threw away my pencil sharpener
Oh.
for my lip liner. I didn't know, I forgot it was in there.
Oh,
So now I tried my lip liner on today and I had no pencil.
wow.
That's tough.
That's
That was
bad.
my low.
That's dark.
That was my low when I realized I have to buy a $2 pencil sharpener.
Wow.
They're not $2, aren't they?
No.
$5.
I don't know.
Depends on where you go.
Inflation.
That'll get you.
Okay, so that's that. No.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I can't really think of a high. I mean, I'm sure I had a lot.
What do we got to be
I hung out with
optimistic
my
about?
friends. I was
Life's a
sick.
nightmare.
You get the gist.
Okay.
Watched a lot of TV.
You
Oh!
just ignore my joke.
No, I got your joke. It
You
didn't
just kept talking.
send.
It's
Sorry,
just
honey.
the last part cut out.
Anyway, all my shows are finally back after like a year. So I'm very
Yay.
overwhelmed
Oh, wait, is that a
no.
high
by
or
the
low?
sheer volume of television.
Oh.
Wait, this is a
no.
high
But
or
I
a
love
low?
it. It's a high.
Oh.
Yeah,
My
that's
shows
nice.
were gone for like a year.
Because
Oh, okay. that's a
Every
good high.
show was gone, dead, bye.
Okay.
So it's
Well,
great.
there you go. If you want to get all of our full episodes, because we only post the full ones all on Patreon, you're going to have to join our Patreon, patreon.com/Cimorelli, link to the description. You get every full episode, and you get Monday content with us. We do like a Q&A, but we might be changing that soon to something else cool. There's an exclusive patrons-only live stream every single month. We tell you something secret. We share a secret with you every month. There's a birthday club where you get exclusive Patreon-only merch. Really cute, just saying. And there's a lot of other stuff on there. I can't list it all, so just go check it out and read through all the stuff. But it's only $5 a month to do the first tier, where you get all the podcast episodes and you get all the old stuff too we've done. Oh my gosh, like Wacky Wednesdays that Lisa used to do. Guys, you gotta see those. I'm just saying, you gotta see those. Thank you so much for our patrons. We love you guys. Today's episode is sponsored by Shopify, who we have been using for literally years. The Cimorelli merch store is powered by Shopify. We love Shopify. We were so excited that we got to work with them because we already know and love them. Particularly Lauren. Lauren's in charge, really, of merch for us, so she knows more than me, but according to you,
It's just so easy to use. I've never had one issue with them ever, and it's
We
the
love
only
them.
one we've ever used. So I'm like, I don't even know what to say because everything's great. Like, I have no problem.
if you don't know, Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit 1 million sales? Shopify is there to help you grow. Shopify helps you sell everywhere, from their all-in-one e-commerce platform to their in-person POS system. Wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the US. Plus, their award-winning help is there to support your success every step of the way, because businesses that grow with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Cimorelli, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Cimorelli now to grow your business no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/Cimorelli. All right, let's get into the main topic, which is little things that aren't so little or that are really big things.
Meaningful.
Something like that.
Something like that.
I feel like I didn't do the best list, but I tried. I
It's
felt like
kind of hard.
I feel like this is one of those things, like I have to like notice my day to figure out what these things are, because I don't think about these things.
It's like when people are like, what's the best compliment you've ever been given? It's like, I know there was one, but I don't remember.
Or like when people are like, what are your like hidden talents or like your quirks?
Oh my gosh, when they say what are your hidden talents, like what?
Yeah, like,
What?
how have you been? I don't.
yeah.
Basically. So shall we start? We're just gonna go down the line and read one from our list, which we explained what it is at the
Yeah, we
beginning.
explained it. Little things that aren't so little. They mean a lot.
All right, who's starting?
You.
What? Oh my gosh. Okay, I think this might be the worst one,
Christina.
but it ties in with what I said earlier, so I'm gonna say it.
Okay.
Little things that aren't so that are big things. Whatever. Baths.
Yes.
Okay.
So here's what I'm gonna say. To me, okay, before I got pregnant, it was just a bath. Okay. After having 2 children and going through pregnancy and going through so much sleep deprivation and blah, 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 and mental health and everything, a bath is not just a bath. I can't put into words how much it means to me to take a bath, how much I recharge. I don't know what it is. What's the combo of all the things? I don't know what it is, but it is like a magical thing. I go in the bath. I'm in a horrible place. I come out of the bath. I'm a new woman.
I agree.
That's powerful.
Every week I have to have at least one bath or I'm gonna have a problem, or maybe I'm in a better place. I don't need many baths. I don't know, but
I think you do need the bath.
I
definitely need the bath.
have
As a
taken
mother?
2 or 3 this week. I take at least 1 a week, if not 2 or 3, or sometimes when I was really having a hard time the other month, this is several months ago, I was taking a bath like every morning. And I was just,
wow.
it was not good though.
That's
Like I was
interesting.
like trying to like do work on my phone in the bathtub
Oh.
because I was so in a bad place. I was like, I just need to be in the bathtub.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
If you're in a bad place, get in the bathtub.
Okay.
Amen. Mine is kind of not lame.
Oh my
It is
gosh.
good.
Everyone needs to say that.
Okay,
Yes.
fine. I'm banning us from saying it's
Okay.
lame before we say it. Banned.
Mine is when people send you a curated TikTok, something that made them think of you. Because
Okay, yeah.
You do
people
that to me
don't
all the
send
time.
them
You
to
send
me,
them all the
and I
time.
send
Wait,
them to
I said
everyone all the time.
Whoa! How
I meant
dare you?
that frequently. You send me them sometimes though, and I'm always touched.
I send
I'm
you them a
always
lot.
Hey, I send
You're,
you.
like,
I
probably
send
the
you
only person
reels.
that
I
does,
send you
actually.
reels, Amy.
Yes.
I send reels all the time.
When people
Yes.
send me reels and TikToks, I'm like, wow.
I send
I feel
people
so
stuff
seen.
to bully them more.
Yeah.
Like, you
Wait,
know those
Lauren, I
ones?
think mine are to bully.
Like, you know
Yeah.
those ones where it's like, tell me you guys seen these. It's slideshow. It's like, your birth month, your bedroom. And then it's like, every room's great. And then the 1 month, it's like
Ugly.
a shack or
It's usually
something.
March.
And it's
sorry,
like,
Kat.
no, they
What?
switch it around. And I always send it to the person who's getting blamed that day, or like this initial, like something bad about them. I'm like, that was you.
Guys, I sent Max a bullying reel the other day. It was like this, like it was like an inspirational quote, and it was like, people that care so much about how you load the dishwasher, what you do doesn't matter. And I was just saying, this person is roasting you.
I wish I had a bullying TikTok to send to Nick.
But
I gotta
honestly,
find
I don't
one.
agree. I didn't agree with it because I
Someone
do
find
think
me
he
one.
does efficiently fit the dishes in better than I do. I will admit that.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
like it
But
when
I'm
people
just saying,
send,
people
maybe I
care
should
about
say
it
that.
so much, and it's kind of funny.
They do.
I would say I like a bullying one sent to me.
I love when
like
people
that.
send me reels.
When
I feel very
Nick
loved.
and Joey send me TikToks, they actually send me reels on Instagram, which is so strange.
That is
Millennial.
surprising.
I feel so special, even
Fuck
though
yeah.
they're literally just a bunch of Nick bullying me for being short.
Reel is
Literally.
millennial speak for TikTok.
Yes.
No, it's reels.
Joey sent me
Well,
an
I'm saying
actual
that
nice.
is our version of TikTok.
Joey sent me a reel about like not being worried, and I was shocked.
That's so touching.
it was actually very touching. I was like, wow,
Oh, that's
I send you TikToks.
you do.
You send me a
Okay.
lot, though.
I send everyone TikToks because
Yeah.
I'm like, I think of.
you send me them for Nick.
Oh, I do. Like,
Or you're
I
like,
just
you
sent
with
her one.
Nick.
If this ain't Nick, and it was someone whose husband was falling asleep to like the sounds of the Revolutionary War or something.
Oh.
And it was
That's
like,
100%
so Nick.
Nick.
this is like so Nick. I can't even deal.
All right.
Okay,
You?
mine is really cliche. Don't judge. But
Kat, we can't. We can't. Don't judge
okay,
everyone.
yeah, okay, whatever.
These are blanket.
You know what? This
don't
is
judge
a
us.
non-cliche, very unique one. So yeah.
Guys, I already banned us.
Okay,
from
anyway,
qualifying all. Okay.
Mine is bringing someone a meal. I have realized that this is probably my number one most loved thing. Like,
Yeah.
that I feel so loved, and I'm trying, like, for the last year and a half since the twins have gotten old enough that I'm not like completely drowning every day. Still kind of am sometimes, but I literally will jump at any opportunity to bring someone a meal because when people brought me meals when I was like had the twins, it meant so much to me, especially when someone it doesn't have to be fancy, but if someone like cooks something for you, I
A
don't
frozen
know.
pizza.
You
I know
feel
it doesn't
so
have to be super nice,
loved.
but it's the best feeling.
I don't think
Oh
anyone's
my
ever brought me a
gosh.
meal.
One time when Nick fell on the stairs.
I've never gotten a meal.
Remember when Nick fell on the stairs?
Oh, that was
Yeah.
sad.
I don't know
When
why
you
I laughed. It
laugh at
wasn't
it.
funny.
That was really sad.
It wasn't funny, but I thought Nick falls a lot. It's kind of funny, but this was not funny.
This was not.
He
big.
hurt his
He
back.
got hurt. Yeah.
And then my friend brought us a meal. I
That's
was like,
so
oh my gosh,
nice.
that's so kind
No
of
one
random,
has
but
ever
nice.
brought me a meal because I don't injure myself or give birth.
Oh my
Honestly,
gosh,
that
after
is
birth,
the-
it is iconic.
It's on.
It is elite.
It's
It is
prolific.
everything. It is prolific.
And also too, like,
Prolific.
people do it a lot, like when like someone passes
Come
away,
on.
they'll like bring it to the family. And I think what it's
Yes.
saying is like, you have a lot on your plate right now. Let me just take one
care
thing
of you.
off for you. Here's your dinner, so you don't have
I
to worry
love
about
it.
it. I just
I
think
love
it's the
it.
nicest thing you can do for
I love
someone.
it.
It really is a big thing. And I don't even know that it seems little. I think it's
It's a
just big.
huge thing.
Okay, mine is kind of on that.
that track.
Segue. That's not what that is. On that, I can't think of words anymore. But when someone, you don't ask them, okay? They ask you if they could help you with a task, like cleaning, or like, oh, I have to do this thing, I'm putting it off, and they're like, oh, I'll do it for you, or oh, I'll do it with you. I'll come with you to do that thing that you're like, I don't want to do. Yeah, because it's a little thing that's actually a really big thing. Because it doesn't happen that often. Usually you're just like, oh, I'm annoyed to this thing. And people are like, it's okay, you got it. When they're like, oh, like, do you want me to help you? Do you want me to do it with you? And they actually do it, though. Because people say that and then don't actually do it.
I do a lot of it
every
too.
My friends do that for me. Just saying.
I guess I never say things.
No one really does it for me, but I do it for others.
Guys, that's literally happening to me tonight.
I don't ask for help.
Every single person over the last 2 or 3 weeks
You
that
ask
asked
for
me,
mental help.
how are you doing with your pregnancy? I've said, like, mentally I feel like I'm getting pretty good, like I'm in a good headspace, but physically I'm so overwhelmed, my nursery's a mess. And everyone's just like, ooh yeah, which is like, I don't expect anything differently. But one of my friends said, oh, do you want me to come over and one night after I put my kids to bed and like help you?
That is so
and I was like,
nice.
That is literally the nicest thing, because it is a giant explosion. And she's coming over tonight, and I'm
yeah,
like,
and
that
it's like, it's not
so
that
nice.
big. Like, she's just gonna hang out, help you clean, whatever.
Yeah.
But it means so
Honestly,
much.
I don't even expect her to do any of the cleaning. I just want someone to sit
just
there
sit
and talk
there,
to me, and then keep me in the room so I stay on task and I don't do anything else. It's apparently that's called body doubling. I keep seeing this online. It's like where you just have someone come over while you're doing a task. It actually makes you more productive.
I love that.
Yeah,
It does
I
make
love
me more
it.
productive.
It's so awesome.
When I broke my foot last year, 2 of my friends came at separate occasions and like did my laundry and folded my clothes and put them up and cleaned up my room because my foot was broken.
Oh,
I was like,
nice.
That is so nice.
It's like, how dare you? Thank you.
Oh, acts of service.
Oh, love it.
Means so much.
Okay. This never mind. Okay. I was gonna do what I banned, which I'm not gonna do.
Love it.
Okay. When I typed all these in a not good structure, so I'm trying to think of how to say them. This is what I wrote. When I'm really stressed, noticing, texting me to see if I'm okay the next day or that night.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Yes.
When someone notices that I am distressed and actually checks on me.
That's big. When they're like, hey, I noticed you seemed really stressed.
Or sometimes
Are you
it's
doing
annoying,
okay?
actually.
You do that to me sometimes, and I'm like, how did she know? You're like, I just seemed like your vibe was off. I just wanted to check in, see if you're okay. I'm like,
how did
you know my vibe was off? Even though it's probably obvious.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want them to feel alone.
I
That's
appreciate
my worst fear,
it.
is feeling alone. Yeah.
Except for sometimes I'm like, why did you notice that? I guess maybe if I said it. If I actually said it, like I had a rough...
Okay,
if I said like I had a really rough day, yeah.
And they're like, hey, did you have a rough day?
No. Okay, next.
Okay, this one is very me.
It's
when
very you.
someone
That's great.
You'll get what I mean. When someone pulls out of the parking lot when you need somewhere to park.
That's a big one.
That's big.
Such a big thing.
That's
Oh my
a
God.
And I
big
don't
one.
even know what they've done for others. I just leaving.
Wait, can I say one?
Yes.
When you back into your driveway every single day of your life, and someone actually waits behind you as you turn around to back in, and they don't try to sneak by you when you're on the wrong side of the road, nobody waits. The only people who wait are people with trucks.
I
Because they're
wait.
used to it. They're the only people
I
who
would wait.
Nobody waits. They go, oh, a time for me to sneak by.
Well, you're on the wrong side of the road.
Yeah,
In the middle of you
I'm
trying to
turning
turn.
around, and they go, time to sneak by.
Ew, that's
And I'm not
weird.
going to go, Nick. Nick's like, you should just
is a
ram. I'm like, no,
neighborhood.
I have a child right there
You
on that
should
side. I'm not
ram
ramming
them
forward.
or try. Okay.
If it was me in my past with my truck, that's what I'd be doing. No, because they wouldn't do that. They don't do that when you drive a truck.
Yeah,
they
you're
don't sneak
scared.
by you.
Time
There's
to bring
no
back
sneaking.
the red truck, Christina.
So
Time to bring
irritating.
it back. Oh, it's on your color season.
Yes. Okay. Anyway.
Okay, this No, I'm not gonna couch. I'm just gonna say.
We're all
Why are we all just like, oh, it's okay.
We're like, oh,
Okay,
this is so bad.
my next one.
vulnerable.
It just feels vulnerable. It does. Yeah, because you're like, is this the
Give
dumbest
the
thing ever?
vulnerable heebie-jeebs.
Okay, mine is
It's not even that vulnerable.
which
It
I
is,
say
though.
this, but I have been very guilty of this, and I'm trying to get better. Listening without giving advice.
Oh.
I have been
I don't
such
even like
a
that, actually.
chronically advice giver person
I
in my
like
life.
That's tough.
I always feel like, oh, I know what would help this person. I'm going to tell them. They'll feel so loved and cared for. Sometimes you do.
I do.
But the older I get, the more I'm realizing I honestly feel like a lot of times advice sounds like
Invalidating.
you can't handle it.
Yeah.
Or just like, oh, here's a solution.
It's like, shut up,
yeah,
child.
it's like
I'm
dismiss. Whereas when someone's really just like, oh, wow, that's really hard. Like, tell me more. Or like, ooh, how did you feel? Like, I can see how you'd feel that way. Just like validating, that means way more to me because honestly, I feel like 9 out of 10 times I give advice, they're probably not going to do what I said.
Yeah.
Probably not. And they probably already have a
Well,
solution
yeah. And
in
it's
their
like,
mind.
did you think I didn't think of that one? Really?
Yeah,
Thank
they're
you
like,
for that
thank
advice.
you for
I
telling me
never
that
thought
you
of
think I'm the dumbest
Like,
person ever. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
People definitely say that a lot, especially as like a man-woman thing. That men always want to give too much advice, and women don't want that. And I'm not on that, but I take that into account every time talking, especially to a woman. I'm like, don't give advice.
I think a lot of times,
But I like it.
It can feel dismissive.
Yeah, I know.
It can feel
I
like the
get where
person's
people
like,
are coming from.
stop
for
your
sure.
yapping. I don't want to hear your feelings. Here's a
Definitely stop
solution.
your
Meh,
yapping.
put a lid on it.
Yeah,
Like,
I totally
Yeah.
get where people are coming from when they.
yeah. So I think it just means so much when you can just tell someone and they're just like, ooh, yeah, okay, I can relate to that, or I feel that.
To me, I feel like they really care if they're giving me advice.
I know that they care,
It depends.
but
I know
I'm
when
just
everyone feels
realizing
like that.
lately that it bothers me.
Also, Chris, the way that you talk about problems is very practical, solution focused already.
That's
you bring
true.
it up in a way that you're like, what do I do? You
By the
say
time
that.
by
Like,
the time I'm bringing it
yeah.
up, I already went through the
yeah.
emotional part. I'm not really talking about the emotional part most likely. I'm
That's
talking
true.
about the
Yeah.
practical part.
And you know
That
what?
makes
I will
sense.
say
Oh, that's a
that
good
is totally a thing because there are
Yeah,
times
that's a
where
good
I
point.
actually really do. I'm like, what should I do in this situation?
Yeah.
If you specifically ask for advice, that's great.
But
Yeah,
I
which
see,
you
I get
do,
what you're
yeah.
saying though.
Yeah.
I just think most people
Sometimes
don't
you
do
just
that,
want
so
to like vent.
I get
Though.
what
You're like, I'm
sometimes you'd be
hurt.
like, I know.
Yeah.
yeah,
They're there.
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
People want
so.
that.
Okay, this is kind of not what you think that I'm saying, but
Okay.
okay, it's driving people to the airport.
Wait, I almost wrote.
But in the sense that
Oh,
to
yeah.
me, it's a really big thing for me to do that. Like, I take that seriously. And I noticed that with people where they're like, oh, can you drive in the airport? I'm like, yeah. And then they'll follow up and be like, hey, just making sure you still can. I'm like, yes, I said that I could. I will do it.
Oh
and then
my
they're
gosh.
like, oh, we can just check in the day of if you're not feeling it. No, I said I'm doing it. I will be there. Rain or shine, I'm
Yes.
picking you up
No,
from the airport or taking you.
literally.
That is not like,
I get
"Ooh,
like
whatever. It's like
offended.
if you agree to do that, you like that you sign a contract because that
You
is
are
not just
contractually
like
obligated.
oops, forgot. Like that is serious business
No.
to me. Don't say you're gonna do it if you're not, and if you say it, that's serious.
No, and especially like I get offended though when people re-ask me. I'm like,
Yes, I'm like, you think I forgot?
I'm
I
not
put
gonna
it
go?
in my calendar.
you think that I don't? No.
That is like a level of like, wow, that like I would only ask basically family to
Yeah.
take me to the airport.
See,
it
my
feels like a
thing is,
very
like-
Yes,
intimate
if
thing.
someone does it for you, it's like
I
like,
will
wow.
always take someone to the airport, but I'm terrified of driving.
yeah.
But I'll always do it.
I love that.
I
And
think
I'll
I'll get-
drop them right off. But the picking up is way worse. Picking
I
up is
did it,
10
yeah.
times worse than dropping off.
Because have you seen those TikToks about it? They're like talking about. We see the one that's like the invention of jeans. It was the same girl who did that.
No.
When they're like, they're gonna be stiff and you're not gonna be able to move,
Oh,
but they're
yeah.
whatever.
Oh,
She's talking
gosh.
about. I can't remember what she said, but she's talking about the airport.
Yes.
And she was saying, "You're not." I can't remember. I
You
have to find it.
cannot-
She was like, "You're not supposed to move, or you're not
Yes.
supposed to stop. You're not supposed to stop."
No, you're not supposed to stop anywhere.
I can't remember anything
There
she
is-
said.
No.
I'm gonna
There's-
send it to
okay,
you
let
and
me
you'll
just say.
laugh.
Number
Good,
one,
yeah.
there's no parking lot to wait in.
It was like,
so
and we're
you have
gonna
to
yell at
circle hell.
you if you stop, but
They
you can't stop for
yell
them to get
at
in.
you if you stop.
They have to get in while you're
guys,
moving.
You
I stop all
cannot
the time, and I've
pick
never
up
been yelled
anyone
at.
at the airport.
I'm just saying.
I don't have a problem with it personally.
Yeah, they
People,
actually.
like, no, they
I
always
think it
yell
makes
at me.
sense.
They always yell at me.
that might be a you problem.
It might be a me problem, but I don't know.
Okay,
But
next.
I've picked many.
Okay, let me
first
do my next one. well, I almost did it again. Okay, I'm not doing it. Friends who, this doesn't apply to me at all anymore, but I just think of the past, who text you to see if you got home safe, which I was not most of my, listen to me. I think this is a normal thing if you're out late all the time, which I'm not, and if you're out drinking and late, which I was not ever. So that would be, I would hope that would be a very normal thing to make sure your friend out late and drinking is home okay. But I was not. So, and I had a couple friends who religiously would always ask, "Are you home?" And they would always say, "I'm home," and they'd always make sure I was home. Even though it wasn't that dangerous of a situation, but I thought that was a really cute thing.
For some reason, I always think that's like fake. I'm like, you don't actually care.
No!
And they're like, oh, did you get home? I'm like, yeah, I did.
Okay,
like,
well, this was Anjali.
No, I
She's
know
real.
that they care. I'm
She's
not
a real
saying
one.
that they don't. I know people care if I got home, but it feels like something to be polite to me where I'm like, does anyone actually care? I know people care though, but to me, I'm like,
I will say the first text that I got from this one guy that I used to date.
How when a guy.
What? No, the first text
I never tell him
that I ever
got
got
safe.
from him was, "Did you get home safe?"
Oh, I
Because he
love
gave me
that.
my number.
I'm saying
his
when
number
a
at
guy
a party.
says that.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was the first
Woo!
text that I got from him, and I was
Oh my
like,
gosh.
That is
"He
a
cares
good
if
one.
I live
But
or die."
If someone
That is a
says
good
when you
one.
leave, like, let me know when you get home safe, are you going to let them
No.
know?
No,
'Cause I'm
I
not.
want him
Guys,
to
I
ask
have
me.
a problem
Yeah, if
with...
you text me, did you get home?
You
then
better
I'll say
text
yes.
me.
I have
but
a
I'm not
problem
gonna
with
tell
if
you.
someone ever says, "Let me know if you get home safe," I will say,
Unless
"I'm sorry, I will not let you know. You need to text me right now, and I'll
it's
reply."
someone that's like I know is actually really concerned and has like anxiety or trauma thing, then I will let them know.
Even then, I'm
I'll
like,
let
"You
him
need
know.
to text me to remind me. I
Yeah.
can't remember.
I
I will
like
not
that
let you
one.
know I got home safe."
That's good.
That's a good one.
Good.
It's cute.
Doesn't apply to my life at all now.
Let's see.
'Cause
let's
no
see
one
what my
says
next
that.
one
No
is.
one's asked me if I got home safe from
Wow.
the grocery store at
At
10 a.m. Yeah.
The first morning you wake up well. After
Oh.
being sick.
Yes.
That is huge.
Amen.
You wake up and your throat is clear.
Oh,
the
Your
best
nose,
feeling.
sniff,
You have
sniff. You can smell.
energy.
You're like, I can go on a walk.
You have
You're
energy.
weightless.
All of a sudden, the world is
You're
technicolor. And Hey
Truly.
Now by Hilary Duff plays in the background.
And then you
Yes.
like go to the store and you're like, wow, this
Like,
is
I
living.
can walk
You're
easily.
like, my dreams are coming back to life.
Oh my gosh.
I might just make it after all.
Wow.
I love it.
Or you go to like a party or a gathering and you're like, I'm literally in a music video. I'm living.
Yes.
Like you're like, wow, everything old is new again.
Yes, because every single thing for that whole day, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm back.
Yeah,
Okay,
love it.
so mine is a nostalgic memory that I'm tying into a modern day practice. Okay.
Okay.
So I just was
Such a
thinking
writer.
about things that people have done for me that meant a lot. When I was a kid, my favorite memory with my dad was, this happened like multiple times, not sure how many times, but he would pick me up from gymnastics
Yes.
or dance, whatever. They were at the same place, and take me to frozen yogurt.
I was going to say.
And I would get like, I would always get chocolate frozen yogurt with gummy bears. And I don't know.
Which is so weird because they gummy
but
bears
no,
freeze
they
and they're so
freeze,
hard to
and
eat.
then it like melts in your mouth and it's so cool.
They don't melt in your
I
mouth.
love, well,
They're
like
so
they
hard
start,
to eat.
but yeah, okay. I just love it.
I tried it once. 'cause
And
you
I
said it
don't
was
know,
so
just like that small thing, it was like taking something so normal and making it special in a small way.
Yeah.
I feel like that just stuck with me so much from my dad that like I try really hard to do that with my son. So like I was like I had to like take
I
them to
do so
run
many
some
things with
errands the other day. I was like returning a library book and like dropping off a letter at the post office. So I was like, oh, it's so boring for them. I don't want them to just sit in the car. So I was like, ooh, I'll take them to Dunkin' Donuts and get a donut.
Cute.
And then we had like little donuts and I put on their favorite songs. We were just like singing.
Yeah.
But I'm like, just like finding those ways to like, which I feel like a lot of it is food. Food is just like
Yeah,
fun
no,
and
it
it's
is.
memory.
Yeah.
No, when mom used to take us to, it was random places
McDonald's?
like McDonald's or Labu
Yes.
or whatever, and we
Oh my
would
gosh,
get
Labu.
we would get like
Chocolate milk.
things and drive around while you guys were in karate.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
You weren't there
Our
during
nerds-
karate,
Yeah.
but she would drive
but
us around.
also, what I remember, for some reason, I remember maybe we were dropping Michael off at karate. I remember mom taking us to Java City
yeah,
and getting a cookie and apple juice. I don't know why.
Yes.
Cold apple juice. Just the best memory. It's
is
so
fun.
exciting.
that's
It's such a small thing, but it really like It makes you feel so loved. That
When your
would,
parents take you out to fast food,
just
that's
to
how
get
you know
like
it's real.
a small little treat. You're like, wow, they really care. They want me to
That's how you
enjoy
know
my
it's
life.
real.
I love it.
Okay, mine is when someone pays for your meal or a drink.
Yes.
Man
Oh
or
my
woman,
gosh.
I feel so blessed every time, especially when a friend is like, oh, my treat. I'm like,
No, same.
it's so nice. Like, I feel like someone in this world truly cares about me anytime
gosh,
someone
yes.
does that.
Yes. Agreed.
Taken care of by someone for
That's how you know
once
it's
in
real.
my
I love it, Lauren.
That
I
is
love
how
it.
you know it's real.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When I don't know how to explain this. When I stop talking because I'm like rambling or something, but they're like, keep going.
Oh, that's cute.
I love that.
Or I'm like, is
Oh, I
that?
love
Or
it.
I've just like stopped talking for some reason, and they tell me to keep talking because
I don't know when that happens though.
No, Christina,
When do you stop
subreddit to
talking?
that.
if I'm like, oh, never mind or whatever.
No, subreddit is, I
You
feel like
put it
this
up?
happens to me, tell me if you relate, where you're like, sorry, I know I'm like totally rambling. And they're like, no, I wanted to hear that. Like, keep going. And you're like, keep
No,
going.
that's what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
I know what
You
you're
don't have
talking
to ask
about,
me
but I
twice.
just feel like you don't say that. Like, you don't just stop your ramble. At least to me.
To some people, I do.
Because
Not to
I'm
you.
listening.
Not to you.
Okay, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
not to
saying. I'm
you,
like,
not to
when
you.
do you do like, oh, sorry.
No, I don't
Yeah, I
do it to
have
you.
not heard that.
Tell me more.
I don't do it to
Oh
you.
my gosh.
But yeah,
No,
okay,
it's
yes.
with certain people.
Or like when you say something and like someone cuts you off and then someone's like, oh, you were saying though? And I'm like, yeah, I was saying.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah, when they actually really want to
Listen.
hear what you were
had to
saying,
say, yeah.
that
Yeah.
is the best feeling.
Yes.
Love that.
You?
Oh, me. Okay, this one is also very me. And you will know. When someone offers to drive me.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
That is it. But Converse it's like
What?
once again, it's like in the Converse or whatever, however you say that grammatically correct. Conversely, or
On the
On the
Converse.
other hand,
who cares? But opposite.
Conversely,
reverse that.
It is
Other side of the coin.
mortal. It is like a mortal offense. Like, I'll explain it this way.
What?
This man, one time we were dating, and he refused to drive me somewhere we were going to hang out.
No,
Why?
that's not
And
right.
because he drove yesterday.
Whoa! Wait, what? He said, I drove
He
yesterday.
drove us
Wow.
he drove us the night before to go to something together, and then the next
No.
day we were gonna go to this other thing together. And
Was
then
this
he
like driving in the city?
Yeah,
Okay, that's wrong.
that is so
Because
wrong.
he would know that you are so
And-
scared of driving.
Yes!
Like,
No, and that's also
You
how I
hate
know
the city
we were
driving.
definitely not meant to be.
Yeah,
is
that's
because
not gonna work.
I need someone that will drive. Because if neither
Yeah.
of us will drive, no one's going.
yes.
We're staying home. Like, my friends, we were all at the pool when this was going down, and they were like, are you... Especially Mel. Mel was like, he won't drive you?
Yeah, that's
I was
not
like,
right.
no! If I were to see him, I have to drive. And guess what? I did. How pathetic is that?
I almost put that on
No.
my list too, because that is so high on my list.
I mean, I was
of
going there
priorities.
anyway, but I didn't want to drive.
Well, because in 14 years? In 14 years, I think I've driven Nick twice. In
That's
14
how it should
years.
be.
Because I like to be driven around.
See, there's...
They call it the passenger princess.
Yes.
Yes.
Not
Ew.
me.
Because
I
my
like
entire
driving.
childhood, I'm the second child to get their license. I've driven enough people, enough places, so I would like
ditto
to
time.
not.
Yes. I agree, Christina. I agree. And
All right.
let's be real. You don't want me driving.
Yeah.
You don't. Unless it's like a close distance.
Yeah. Just not like to the city.
No. Not in like a high pressure situation with a lot of other cars.
No.
Maybe you've driven me so many times.
Yeah, I know. And that's when I say beggars
moving,
can't
sorry.
be choosers. Okay, you go.
This child is moving so much. Okay. This is a sentence. That's my intro.
Okay.
Okay.
The sentence.
Oh.
It sounds kind of weird. Oh well. I don't know what that means. I love
what?
this. I love when I do it and I love when other people do it.
Oh,
when
yes,
you're
yes.
talking,
I do this.
and someone says something and you didn't understand it, but you, instead of just being like,
That's
I don't
me.
really care, but then which I honestly do sometimes if you don't really care, but if you really care and you're like, wait, I really want to understand what you're saying, can you go back and like explain, like, well, or maybe you don't know the definition of a word.
Oh yeah, like wait, what does
or
that
a
mean?
phrase, like, what does
Yes.
that mean?
Yes.
I just feel like when
wow,
someone
you
does that,
care.
A, it shows humility.
Yes.
B,
Yeah.
it shows like such a deep level of like caring about. They
Agree.
really want. I don't know. Is that like a younger sister
A
thing?
deep
Like,
level?
Is that just a woman thing, or is that just
No,
a human
I
thing of
like
like
it.
wanting to be understood, and also having a deep fear of being misunderstood? Is that just a
Yeah.
human thing?
I have a fear of saying this too much.
Really?
Because I'm like, do they think I don't know anything they're talking about? Am I making them feel like an idiot? Because I say that a lot.
Oh, I don't.
So I feel like
I don't
I'm-
think it means they're an idiot. Honestly, I feel like you're almost
It
saying
means you're an idiot.
You're saying words that I don't know the meaning of, so you're smarter than me, you know, or you're saying phrases that are outside of my realm of explanation.
Or I'm like, is it making them feel not understood at all or something?
Honestly,
No,
no, because
you
then
want
they
it
get
to
to
feel
like-
expand on the concept and go
Like,
even
oh,
deeper.
everything you're saying, I do not get. I'm not getting you at all.
So interesting.
Well,
I
it
think of it as a
depends
compliment.
what you're saying.
Yeah, I guess it depends.
Okay.
Yeah, unless you, I mean, I guess you could probably say it in a rude way, but I mean when people specifically mean it in a genuine way, and they're like,
I mean
they
it in a
really
genuine
want to
way.
understand you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
I
good
think
to
it's
hear
really nice.
from the other side.
And the others, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm saying that all the
Like
time.
I've had people like define words because I'm like, no, I really want to understand what you're saying.
Can you define? What about Google?
Well, they're talking.
I
You're not
just
going to
Googled
go on
it.
your phone.
in real life.
In real
Yeah,
life.
yeah,
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
okay,
yes,
I see what you're
yes.
saying.
In real life.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this is like a me thing. Doesn't have to do with anyone else. When I put on fun music in the shower, because I don't do that when I'm like anxious, depressed, whatever. I like listen to a podcast or sad music. So when I actually like when I notice myself like, oh, I'm taking a shower and I'm like, oh, I want to put on fun music. I'm like,
Yes.
whoa, I'm like
Ooh.
happy.
Oh, I love it. I
Okay,
love that.
mine is just like yours. Okay, so mine is when I have like a really amazing moment of noticing how good something smells, whether it's I open a lip balm or
Really funny.
or I like smell a shampoo or something and I'm like, oh, it smells so good. That is me not being depressed.
Wow.
Because when I'm depressed, I don't notice. This is when I went through my first like really, really, really bad, was major depressive episode, whatever the heck my therapist called that. The first time that I remember when I was coming out of it, I put on this lip balm that I wore, or the lip gloss I wore every day. And then I was like, oh my gosh, it smells so good. I never noticed that for the last several months. And then I was like, that's so weird.
Love scents.
Yes.
That's so sweet.
So that's what I notice when I'm depressed. I don't notice that anything smells good. And then when I notice it, I'm like, oh my gosh. Like last night.
so happy.
Last night I was in the bathroom, like in the dark, because I don't want to turn the light because Tristan's in our room and the light goes, whatever.
Do you have like a candle?
No, I had my phone light on. And then I was like washing my
candle.
hands and I was like, oh my gosh, this soap smells so good. And I was like, wow, I am not depressed to go me.
Wow.
Wow, that's so interesting. That makes so much sense, though.
Yeah.
It's
it
like
does.
everything. You're like alive. And
I was
you're,
like, I
more
want to wear a
alive.
dress. I want to wear a yellow dress. I
Yeah.
smell my lip gloss. Oh my gosh, I want to do my hair.
Oh, I love that.
Next.
You're next.
I just
She
went.
just went.
That
was
was your
mine.
thing? Oh, I thought you were going off of hers.
No, mine perfectly went off of hers.
Oh!
Wait, that's weird because my last one is
Connected.
also in this category. Okay, anyway.
Okay.
Girl.
Here's one that doesn't. It doesn't happen too often, I will say. When someone actually calls me, I will say people don't call me on the reg because they probably think I'm gonna call them at any minute.
Yeah.
But it's a welcome surprise. It is. I love it. I'm like, thank you for calling.
Oh.
And another one I would like to honorably mention is when you find food in the pantry or the freezer, and you thought you had no food left.
Oh, love food.
That's a good one.
It's really
Especially
memorable.
something really good that you put somewhere and you
Yes.
lost it, and then you're like, ooh, I have Oreos?
Like if you're like, oh, I need to go to the grocery store, I have nothing, and then you find food, you're like, I don't have to go to the grocery store yet.
Okay, subreddit
So
of
true.
that is when you think you have no food and you're like, I'm going to just challenge myself to make a meal with what I have on hand.
I've never done that.
I did this the other day and I made breakfast casserole with sweet potatoes in it and French toast with leftover, like I had half a loaf of French bread and I just made it into French toast and it was such a good meal and I thought I had like the most boring stuff, but I didn't.
I love it.
Hashtag creativity. Okay.
Love it.
Yeah, my last one is the state of my laundry.
Oh.
And I was just I was thinking about this because
Yep.
I'm like, this directly
Yep.
correlates to my mental health.
Yep.
And because I think about clean laundry and it's like, first of all, like not having anything to wear is just very stressful. But second of all, like actually washing it, it's like an act of self-care, and then putting it away, it feels like I'm the manager of my own life. And I'm like, oh, let me I'm like a hotel manager. I'm like, oh, let me go ahead and like make the bed for her, or like make it easy for her. So it's like, it's not like, I've kind of gotten beyond of like shaming myself for having laundry on the floor, because I always have laundry on the floor. But like
Same.
just putting it away so that I have clean stuff to wear, I feel like that is like peak mental health and peak like self-care.
I have
Amen.
double
Self-care.
amount the amount of clothes of closet space is my problem.
Ooh.
That means it's time to edit.
I need to work on that.
Time to edit.
Reading
Okay,
a great book
last
and
one.
decluttering about that.
Okay, when someone sends me a song and says, "Oh, this sounds like you're writing,"
Oh,
I'm like,
oh, that's interesting.
That's cool.
"Thank you," which has happened
Cool.
multiple times.
I thought you were gonna
Wow.
say just sends you a song. I had
No,
that on my
I
list.
like when people send a song, but they're like, "Oh, this sounds like this could be you," or like this sounds like you're
Oh.
writing. I'm like,
One
Thank
time,
you.
this guy sent me a song.
And nobody
with-
knows what my writing is, so
Oh gosh.
what?
no one knows
I
what songs
do.
I wrote.
Oh.
Besides you,
Your friends?
no one knows what I wrote.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like, oh, that's a
People know
Cimorelli
I
song. They don't
wrote
know I did
it.
it.
Yeah, that's
So there you go.
One time, guys, this is so embarrassing. This guy sent me a song, and he sent it, and all he said was the song link and 2 red hearts. And guess what I said back? What does that mean?
What did
what
he
was it?
say?
What was the song about?
I don't remember.
Amy, if someone,
It was like a really nice
if
song.
I sent someone a song
Okay, but he's the one
with 2 red hearts and they said, "What does that
He's
mean?"
the one, though.
I'd be like, "Oh, that was a typo."
No. He's the
Oh
one,
my
though, that ended up, like, totally low-key gaslighting me and pretending like he was never
What
liked
did he
me
say,
and
though?
only wanted to be friendly.
When you said, "What does that mean?"
I
when you
don't
said-
remember. I blocked it out, probably.
Oh, what would I
Amy.
say? What would you?
I don't know
I'd
what
be
that
like,
means.
"Oh, just."
I would just
What do you
be
say
like,
to that?
"Oh, it made me think of
Wait,
you."
okay. For
I would
future
say, what do you
reference,
think
if
it
this ever
means?
happens to me again, which it probably won't, what do you say to that?
It depends on
You-
how you feel
just
about
heart
the
to heart.
guy.
Okay,
TBH.
I don't think that
Okay,
was a feature
I would
back
say,
then.
"Oh my gosh."
I think this means
Yeah.
something
That's all I
deeper.
would say.
It sounds like
I don't
he
know.
was being confusing in
Yes, he
general.
was.
And sending a lot of mixed signals, so you were trying to get some
This
clarification.
man would text me at 6
Wait,
in the
that is-
morning. He would FaceTime
What
me
would you
shirtless.
say to that?
And then he would went on this whole thing of how, oh,
Wait,
I'm
what did
sorry
you
I
say?
led you
Wait,
on.
what did you say?
He would FaceTime me while he was shirtless.
Oh,
That is X-rated.
Wait, and you didn't know that was coming? You're just like, "What?"
No, wait,
You're just like, "Let's FaceTime," and he's like, "Stop."
yes.
He's like, hey, just
Oh.
mixing up my
It just would happen randomly. We'd be FaceTime. And I was just like, how? Why did you not say, like,
I
one
would have a
second?
break.
Wait, he
Breakdown
gave
if
you
that
no
happened to me.
warning.
And
no.
he was hot.
Okay.
But then he was like, hanging out in person is what leads people on.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
This is
And I just want to be friends.
okay. Well, good for you,
So
young
that's
Great
man.
what-
friend.
Okay, let's wrap this.
I hope he found what he was looking.
He did. He is married.
Okay, let's go to 5 pops. I have Lisa.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so the question this week is, what is your, trying to find Lisa's,
Wait,
what's your
I can
genre?
say it 'cause I made it up.
Yeah, you tell us.
Okay, this question comes to you from me. This is, what is your genre and what is your subgenre? And I'll tell you what it means. Basically, I was listening to our cover that we did, and I was like, oh my gosh, Amy sounds so good with a rock sound. That must be one of her subgenres. And I think it's like certain people's like singing voices has like these different genres that they naturally like coincide with. I mean, it could be your personality too, but like maybe that's another version of the question. But really, I meant it literally. Like, what genre do you feel like is the number one, like most suited for your voice? And then what are like your other genres that just suit your voice well? Like 2 or 3 or whatever.
Okay, I got Lisa. Let's see what she says.
Oh my gosh. I'm so curious.
All right,
Lisa.
My genre? Hold on, Lily, you're doing your voice right, remember? Genre and my subgenre? No! Okay, I don't know. I grew up loving R&B, and And that was the way I always wanted to sing. So I like to say, oh, R&B would be my main one, but I think people might listen to my voice and be like, I don't know, really? You're not that
I
R&B.
think so.
But maybe I'll just put it as that for myself, and then the subgenre would be pop, or maybe vice versa. Maybe my main genre is pop, and my subgenre is R&B.
I feel like
That's what I would say.
Okay.
I feel like something with the belting, like rock or like
But
like pop
she's
rock, whatever.
pop diva though. Pop diva is her main, and then she's R&B, and then also kind of like Broadway.
Yes.
TBA.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm thinking when Lisa
yes,
does like kind
Lisa.
of rock, pop rock, kind of like belting things,
Like
it's really
alternative?
natural, I would say.
I don't
But
know
okay,
you
yeah,
guys.
Lisa's
I
R&B.
agree with her main one being R&B though. I do think she has a very
Yeah.
R&B voice. Soulful.
Okay. Why don't you go, Kath? Since
Yeah,
you
what are
did
you?
Okay. I'm struggling with what my main one is. I feel like I know what they are. I just don't know what the main one is.
Okay, let's hear it.
But I was gonna say my main one is probably some kind of like soul,
Yeah, that's
like
what I would say.
kind of gospel-y type vibe. And then my subgenres would be emo and indie.
Yes.
I think that's honestly it. Gospel,
Yes.
soul, emo, indie.
But I feel like it's all.
Oh my gosh.
It is in the umbrella. I feel like pop is all of our main genre.
No,
though.
no. Let me say this.
No,
I do
no.
not.
Not
No,
true.
I am not a pop singer. I struggle
No.
so much. I think of like these very like classic pop artists. I struggle so much to when we do
Okay,
covers of like
okay.
these
To
really poppy
sing
people. I do
Pop
not sing
music
that way.
is difficult for me.
It's very hard because
But I'm just saying, like,
I feel like pop
don't
music
know.
a lot of times. I'm thinking of like the classics, like Katy Perry or like these people. I'm trying to think who else is there that's like a main like pop person. Taylor Swift maybe.
Yeah.
It's like it's a lot of the same note over and over, and they
Yeah.
can still make it sound good and emotional and
That's
interesting.
hard.
I cannot do that. That is very
It takes
hard
me
for
a
me.
while to do, but I
If the
can do
melody is not very soulful or like emo, I struggle and I sound like a robot. I truly admire people that can do that because I think it takes a lot of talent to be a very good pop singer.
Okay, I'll go. My main genre is pop, and my subgenre is pop. I am nothing
No
else
subgenre.
ever, and it's annoying to me, but I've accepted this point. Like, I try to be like kind of indie. I will never sound indie. I will
you are
never
very
sound
pop, yeah.
anything other than just pop.
See, Lauren, I actually was going to say, I was trying to categorize you in my mind, and I was thinking indie was your main genre. Because you have a very soft, like, you have like this soft, clear, like I don't know what the word is, but like angelic tone, which is pop, definitely pop, but I feel like you suit indie songs really well.
But it's because I make them sound more pop.
Maybe.
that is real. That is
Like,
real.
every time I sing something, it just sounds way more like clean, clear pop.
It's very clean and clear. That's true.
And I
and
can
clear,
never be
yes.
anything else.
Love
Like,
it.
It's
I can
not
never
happening.
make
you?
clean and clear.
yeah, you are.
My voice I put on
because
about
you can sing in cursive.
15 different layers.
Okay.
My voice has 17 different
What's
layers.
yours?
Well, say what you think.
I
first.
don't know. I have no clue.
What?
I
No clue.
am heavily influenced by singers like, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on her name. The gospel singer.
Like MGK.
No. Okay. I'm heavily influenced by JoJo, Beyonce.
Oh, yeah.
What's that one? The one gospel woman who sings
Kim Burrell.
Dawkins and Dawkins. That's how I
Okay.
learned how to sing. Was
Yes.
with those people.
I think
singing
you're
their songs.
I think you're R&B.
gospel R&B is like your main.
But then you're also country
something
and
indie-ish
rock.
or
Oh, I
something.
can sing
And
country.
indie.
and
She's
indie.
everything.
I am everything.
No,
She's
Amy,
in
the
me.
wildest
like
thing.
less pop
Is
and more
this
of
bad?
that.
I don't like rock singing.
Like who?
I don't
No,
know.
listen,
I
the
think
best
about it and I
example-
don't like it.
The
but
best
I don't know
example
if I'm
of like
wrong.
someone who I think has a very naturally rock genre who is kind of like you is Kelly Clarkson.
I was gonna say Miley Cyrus.
Oh, Miley
yes.
is rock.
And everyone thought you were
Rock.
Miley
What
in
the-
Party in
Guys,
USA.
I think
Her Heart of Glass cover, Miley Cyrus, is so good.
I think the funniest thing is that Amy, you used to specifically make fun of indie singing all the time.
Oh,
But
yeah.
now that's
and,
you.
But then you sing that way and you're actually really good
I
at it.
barely. Okay, yeah, I do. It's unfortunate because
You-
I never
it
wanted to
suits
be
you.
there. I never wanted to be there. But I have about 12 different voices. So every time I record, I do things in about 12 different ways to
my
figure out which voice
Love
to
it.
use.
She's versatile.
I do not relate to that. Okay, mine is definitely pop, I would say.
Yes.
Also,
Pop.
pitch correction hates me.
I feel
Yeah.
like I have a
Rhythms hate me.
not a full subgenre, just a slight.
No, Christina, I think you wait. What? Say yours first.
What's your slight one?
What's your
Okay.
slight one?
I What are you gonna say? Okay, slightly. When we've done certain things that had R&B. That is kind of more easy, I think, because JoJo so much. That's a slight. But then this is not music that I'm obsessed with, but it does feel natural. Is emo? Emo songs that feels right for my voice, but that's not me. But it feels very right when I sing them.
Okay, I think you kind of have some rock. Like not in like the traditional like the deep growling, but like think of like the Led Zeppelin, the Immigrant. Like I feel like you can belt high, which reminds me of a certain type of rockers. Yeah, they're kind of like the flamboyant rockers.
Yes,
I feel like you could do that really well.
I don't know.
I could see that. I could see it. Like, not like literally that, but I see what you're saying. Yes.
Hey, listen, my biggest singing role models growing up were Freddie Mercury and Stevie Wonder, okay? That's who I looked up to and tried to emulate and still try to emulate to this day. So
I tried to emulate Lana Del Rey and Ariana Grande.
JoJo.
Oh.
Here's a question. What genre is Lana Del Rey? I cannot.
She's
alternative
indie? Yeah.
But
Pop
also
indie.
jazz and bluesy.
Oh my gosh,
that's
yes.
huge.
Wait, Amy, that is totally one of your
genres.
Amy has every subgenre. Wow.
No, I will
she's
say I'm pretty
versatile.
confident I could sing something in every style except for straightforward pop.
It's a struggle.
That one is very difficult, and children's music is straightforward pop. And it takes
Oh
about 3
my gosh,
hours
for Sim Kids.
and many tears.
For Sim Kids.
That's so funny.
Okay.
It's hard.
Let's move along to Sister
Move
Spotlight.
along.
All right, so we
Funny.
have the last thing, Sister Spotlight, where each week a different sister has a spotlight on her. We have Kate Rose, Christina, Sappy or Sassy Thoughts with Kath, Lisa's Corner, Amy's Rancid Raves, and Lauren's Take. And this week's sister is ding, Lauren's Take. Woo! We got questions from Patreon.
Woo! All right. So these are from our patrons. This first question comes from Vivian. I love the name Vivian. How old were you when you wrote your first song?
Like 6.
Wait, do you remember what it was?
No.
Was it We Are the Rascal or I Am a Rascal?
No, that was more Danny.
That was
black
you
and
know
white?
what I did? I wrote an interpolation, I think is what you would call it. When I look at her, she looks at me, she got me thinking about her. And I changed the words and then made a different verse. It was like, when I look at him, he looks away. He doesn't notice anything I do or say.
Oh
And I was like 8. And then I guess when I was like 7 or something, I wrote a song about trick-or-treating.
I'm going
Which we should do for Sim Kids.
Yes.
It was a great song,
yeah,
actually.
Yeah.
I wrote very young.
The play's in the way.
Lauren,
Every day.
I feel like you came out of the womb as such a good songwriter.
As a
Thank you.
prolific
I agree.
songwriter.
I
so
think
young.
back, I wrote really prolific songs.
You wrote
Yeah. When I was like 8.
What? You were prolific.
I wrote that
You
one
really-
song that was inspired by you telling me all your relationship problems,
Wait.
Christina. And it was like,
What song was that?
it's like, I go up, I go down, I go all the way around. Walking in the street, I can see what's
you
around
used to
me.
belt out all the
Who's got
songs
the green eyes?
like my self-control. You used to belt all
Yeah.
these
Running
really
away
emotional
from me.
songs.
I'm
Falling apart.
You would just
little
belt
by
out
little.
and not care what anyone was thinking. I would
my
care
gosh.
so much. When
I
was a
wrote
kid.
such deep songs as an 8-year-old.
When
He would
we
never
Lauren, 'cause you're never mind.
admit it.
This is Lauren's Take. I'm not gonna talk. Okay,
Okay.
Okay.
All right, love it. Next
That
one,
was a
Julia. Which of your brothers are you closest to?
Which of my brothers? Probably Alex.
Cutie.
Yeah, he's closest in
Closest in
age,
your
so yeah.
All right, this one's from, sorry if I'm butchering your name, Z Sophie. Don't know how to say that. Getting back with your ex, is it a good idea like ever?
Is
You've
it a
done
good
it.
idea like ever?
You've done it.
I have done it. I think it just depends on the situation. Like, if you were really young and it's been a few years and you changed, blah, 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 okay, it could work. Like, but if they were like, and it's like, it wasn't like a bad ending. They didn't do anything bad. It's just like, didn't work for whatever reason. Like, I don't think it's like, never get back with your ex. I don't know what your ex did. Maybe you were the one who was in the wrong and they were great and you've changed. Then maybe you should. I don't know. But it just depends. It depends. Not gonna say a blanket statement on every person in the world. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, Gemma said, can you tell us about your experience being in a movie? Congrats, Lauren. I'm sure you killed it. You're a woman of many talents.
My experience was fear, anxiety.
Eating your brain.
Oh.
I was quoting Katherine.
I know.
keep
I was just really nervous, and honestly, I almost didn't say yes because I was like, it might be too much for my mental capacity. Like, it's too hard and I'm too anxious to do this. I can't do it. It's like too much for me. But I said yes. And
then
it
I
was
begged
a lot.
her to let me come. And
But
I
then
did.
actually doing it was really fun. It reminded me of like when we used to do music videos, like with the label. We did like those big shoots. It's the same kind of thing. I enjoyed, doing a project where I don't have to think about anything anyone else is doing. And I just do my thing. And everyone's like, oh, do you need this? Do you need that? And I was like, yes, I do need that. It is also like the set was really nice. Like, everyone was really nice.
They were really great people.
And it was cool because most of the people were Catholic on the set because they were like doing it as more of like a passion project because it's like a Catholic based movie. So it was kind of like there's a lot of camaraderie and like everyone was really like invested in it. So I had a really good time actually doing it. It was just overwhelming for me and I just felt a lot of pressure. Like, I gotta do it right. But when I actually did it, I actually wasn't super anxious and it was really fun actually.
Yeah.
Maybe not fun is the word, but enjoyable. Yeah.
I had a
know
great
when
time.
the movie's coming out? Like, did they have a date yet? No.
I think it's supposed to be this year, later this
They're
year.
working on.
I don't know.
Oh, I cannot wait to watch it. Oh, so exciting.
Yeah, me too. I'm really excited.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be really good, guys.
Every time
It's
I saw,
really
I will
intense.
love.
I saw you in the
Really
trailer, I
intense.
just got choked up. I was so proud. I was like a proud mother. It's like, wow, she just
It's
looks so
really
stunning.
intense. Thank
Love
you.
it. All right, last one from Luca. What advice would you give to a teen who's looking to self-improve?
Oh, that's a loaded question. Not really, but it's I don't really know what to tell you. I don't know what your problems are. So
Oh, that's
my
tough.
advice, I guess, is just figure out what your problem is, and then work on those things. Like, don't you probably know what your issues are, right? So like, work on I don't know, like, go look for some books, podcasts, YouTube videos. I feel like it's pretty straightforward. I'm sorry, but I think it is. Like, I think you need more specific if you want, like, specific advice on how to improve on something specific. So,
Yeah.
sorry.
Thank you so much to our patrons for your Lauren's Take questions. You can only be a part of Lauren's Take if you are a patron. So make sure you join our Patreon, patreon.com/Cimorelli, linked in the description, if you would like to support us there and also be a part of Lauren's Take and get all the stuff I mentioned earlier. All right, that was that. Little things that aren't so little. What a good episode.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see you
Hearts
guys
all around.
in the next episode.
Bye.
You've been listening to the Cimorelli podcast. Follow Cimorelli on Spotify and subscribe on YouTube. You can also find Cimorelli on Facebook and Instagram.